Hello everyone, Ian here once again, and before I start the main part of this video, I want to give a little bit of an update on my album reviews. I'm going to take my time with Iron Maiden. For those who don't know, I'm reviewing Iron Maiden currently too with Morbid. I'm going to take my time with Iron Maiden because I haven't had another Iron Maiden album review in quite a while, but I'm just saying I'm going to take my time, so it's going to take a little while, but I'm not going to take as much time as I need for Morbid Angel, of course, because they don't have 15 albums, so, but yeah, I'm going to take my time with Iron Maiden because I think I need to, and it is hard to review 15 albums by one band. It is, okay. So, just wanted to give you a little bit of an update. Now let's start this video. I'm going to be reviewing Covenant by Morbid Angel. This is their third album, and this album is just as good as Altars of Madness and Blessed Are the Sick. The production of this album is very similar to Blessed Are the Sick, not so much as in Altars of Madness, but Altars of Madness, the production for that one wasn't as clean as the productions for Blessed Are the Sick and Covenant. I really liked the production of this album. It was just good. It was like that old school sound, which I really enjoy. So, and I kind of have a feeling that this is going to be the last Morbid Angel album with the production like that. I don't know. I haven't listened to any Morbid Angel except for the first 3 albums. So now, going into guitars and stuff. Guitar work was very good on this album. Very similar on Blessed Are the Sick, but I think they kind of, with the guitar work, it was a bit better, I think, than Blessed Than the Sick. I don't think this entire album as a whole is better than Blessed Are the Sick, because I think so far Blessed Are the Sick is my favorite album by this band, but I haven't listened to all their albums, so I don't know yet, but so far that it is. And the guitar work was better than Blessed on the Sick. Blessed is the Sick on that one, but that's a better album. I'm not saying that this album's so much better, because I don't think it is. It's not bad. It's not a bad album, but yeah. Guitar work, very well done. The solos were good. It's basically, well, I wouldn't say typical Morbid Angel because I don't know what they sound like nowadays, because I haven't gotten to the newer albums, but old school Morbid Angel, I'll say that since I'm not completely sure, but yeah, the guitar work's old school Morbid Angel, so is the bass, so is the drums, so is the vocals. The bass was good. I think it was a bit tuned up this time, besides the last 2 albums. I could hear it a bit clearer, so that's a 2 thumbs up. I like to hear my bass, I really do. The drums, good. They had a bit, I feel like this album was a bit groovy and slower than the last 2. I mean, they still had groovy parts, that catchy guitar riff stuff in the last 2 albums, but this one had, this is just my opinion, I think it had a lot more of it. It was still fast and brutal, it was still awesome, but it did have a lot more of the groovy, catchy guitar riffs and the drums and stuff, and I really like that, because I really like that with death metal. I'm not a big fan of the death metal bands that always go fast, you know, they're doing this all the time throughout all their songs. I don't really like that. I guess it's on my nerves. It's okay to do this, but you know, you gotta have the catchy, groovy guitar riffs in there as well. But yeah, this album definitely had quite a bit of it, and I loved it. It's a great album. I really like this album. The vocals, to me, it seems like the vocalist just keeps getting better vocally. Yeah, he just keeps getting better with his singing each album, I think. And this is sort of like the guitars. Covenant's not a better album than Blessed Are the Sick, but Covenant has better guitar work and better vocal work, in my opinion. Just those two things, and just because guitar is mostly the main thing you're hearing and stuff, and that's mostly going to be the thing that's going. If you like this album, guitar work better than this one, then you obviously like this one better. But I don't like Covenant more than Blessed Are the Sick. But I kind of explained that already. But that's the same way with the vocals. I just think that I can't remember his name. I don't know why. I just looked it up like 10 minutes ago. Yeah, the vocalist, and he's the bassist as well. I think he just keeps getting better each album, especially these three ones. He still has that death metal, old school death metal voice, which I love, but he's getting better as a vocalist, and I hope he keeps this up for the rest of their discography. I don't want his voice to go downhill. He doesn't sound as good as he did in these three albums, which I don't think it will, but you never know. And I don't technically think, I don't want Morbid Angel to start going downhill, but I haven't heard anything of their new stuff or anything. All I've heard was, so far, was Ultras Madness, Blessed Are the Sick, and Covenant. So they can. It's very likely that they will go downhill, but I don't want that to happen, because so far I'm definitely loving this band. They're a great death metal band. If you really enjoy that old school production, that old school guitar, old school death metal, just old school death metal in general, these first three Morbid Angel albums are perfect for that. This one especially, because I think this is not as good as an album as Blessed Are the Sick, but it's a stronger album than Blessed Are the Sick, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'm probably just trying to confuse myself. But if that makes sense, then yeah, but it's hard to explain. It's a stronger album with production-wise and guitar-wise. The band's growing. It's not like too similar with Blessed Are the Sick. I know some bands do that. The next album's too similar and it doesn't sound good. That's not the case here. Covenant is just as good. Blessed Are the Sick, not as good, but just as good. That didn't make any sense. Just as good, but as good. I'm gonna completely forget about that and move on. The artwork is good. It's just, yeah. Morbid Angel artwork, yeah. Out of the three first albums, I think this is my least favorite artwork. I don't know what it is. I just didn't enjoy it that much. I don't know. Blessed Are the Sick was cool. Ultras of Madness was probably my favorite artwork so far by this band. This one I didn't really like. I'm sorry. And that's not the reason why I'm going to give this one a lower score. But I'm going to be giving Covenant by Morbid Angel an 8 out of 10. Good album, definitely recommend it if you're into old school death metal and just death metal in general. Death metal is mostly the same nowadays. It's just death metal. So, death metal, yeah. Look at this album if you haven't already. I'm going to end the review here. Covenant, 8 out of 10. Thanks for watching.